Okay.
That didn't work out right.
Try again. Like the seasonal flu, we're back again.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one.
Everybody, welcome to another jam-packed edition of David Lee Madison's The End of the Night, brought to you by Film Hub. If you are an independent filmmaker and you want to get your film out on several platforms and seen by entirely the entire country, actually, pretty much is in connection with the platforms that Film Hub provides indie filmmakers, submit your film to Film Hub. They're really great to work with, and give them a shout. I'm all out of breath, Joe. It's like I literally ran up the stairs for this episode. Why don't you tell the fine folks about that wonderful business your beautiful wife and daughter are?
Absolutely. Thank you. While you catch your breath, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great for the Christmas season. I mean, it's really a great gift to buy.
Absolutely. Hearts of the Mystic Folk. They're scented, all natural wax melts. The Christmas holiday season is coming. What better way to spread cheer than with scented wax melts?
It's wonderful. So let me ask you, Joe, how was your Thanksgiving? First off, I want to wish everybody who is in the End of the Night family and the Indie Escape family I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Hi, Jeff. I hope you're well. You're a great guy. I miss you. I hope to see you soon. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I had, it was just me, my wife, and daughter, and some wonderful friends came over.
Hold on. I have to interrupt you. I do apologize. We got an error from StreamYard saying heads up. We need to go live on Facebook. I'm wondering if we're not live on Facebook right now.
I could take a look.
Well, I just hit the live button again, but I think there's been a glitch in their system the past couple of days. Sorry for the interruption, but that was kind of important.
It looks like we're live. Can somebody tell us? Well, now I'm hearing you like in.
Well, is it because you have the live window up? Yeah, close that.
There you go.
Yeah, CJ said. Actually, Jeff said is on Facebook also. I do apologize for the interruption. Go ahead, David.
No, it's quite all right. That's what happens when you watch rank amateurs like Joe and I. But speaking of rank amateurs, this guy's really rank. No, it was just yesterday our lovely co-host and dear friend Grunkle Scott's birthday. So without further ado, let's bring up the man of the hour, Grunkle Scott Schiaffo. Hey, Grunkle Scott!
Hey!
Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's been an amazing weekend. I am blessed. I am truly blessed.
Let me ask you, first off, how was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was rocking. We had family. Having Carrie in my life, never at a loss for amazing food, whether it's a holiday or not. So we had a wonderful dinner with her son and his girlfriend, and it was awesome. And my birthday was awesome. I'm just blessed beyond belief.
And Joe, how was your Thanksgiving?
Fantastic, thank you. Spent
enjoying your new house
on the water, and then yes, we came back to the new house and Good stuff.
And the new puppy, he's adorable.
Thank you. The new puppy gained like 7 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
She is going to be gigantic.
Well, Scott, as you know, you are so beloved, not only in the Indie Escape family, in the End of the Night family, and in the film community. As you might imagine, some folks wanted to stop in and wish you a happy birthday on your birthday night because, you only turned 363 once. Joe, is there somebody who would like to pop up and wish Scott a quick happy birthday?
Sure, I already ruined this one.
Hey,
guys!
Libby and Matt.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How
Thank
are
you
you
so
guys?
much.
What's that?
I said, how are you guys?
Doing good. We're hanging in there.
You can
Awesome.
never tell with Matt. Matt, do you need a minute?
I'm good.
Matt would be the greatest poker player who ever
Right?
existed.
Poker face, huh?
I've
You
never-
guys are rocking. Thanks for saying.
You know that we love you because we came on the show. We don't really do a lot of shows. So
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I love you guys in return.
You don't do a lot.
thank you for being in our art.
Thank you for having me in that wonderful film. That film really is. I'm not saying it because I'm partial. You did a wonderful job with that film.
And I want to say thank you for not cutting a fart last time you were in my car, Scott. That was very kind of you. I just wanted to rhyme something with art. I don't know. It sounded.
I'm at a loss. I've got nothing.
So, Libby, tell our viewers what it was like working with the lovely and talented Scott Schiaffo.
It was a dream come true.
Oh,
Scott was my birthday wish.
oh gosh.
And absolutely. And then David, you produced the thing for me, and if it wasn't for you, then we would have never got him. And it was amazing, an amazing experience just to have somebody come on set and make you feel like you were going to make something. When I made my first movie, I didn't know I could do it. I just tried. And then when I was making my second movie, you want to make something better than your first, but you want to learn from all that and you want to do what you're supposed to do to make it better, make it bigger. And you're my bigger.
Well,
You both are.
as somebody who was just kind of a peripheral guy, because Scott really brought the magic and the talent. I just brought the breakfast burritos. You guys, Scott
You
did a wonderful
so much,
job,
David.
and you guys are both of you guys are wonderful filmmakers, and thank you so much for stopping by and wishing Mr. Schiaffo a wonderful birthday. Libby, I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so you're a true champion for coming on tonight. Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We also want to thank Film Hub too, because I think also through having these shows, you said available in this country. We're available in 64 countries, Scott. Wow. 64
Holy hell.
countries can see our art. That's huge.
I
That
need
is-
to get a bigger poster then. A bigger room. It's still there, damn it. It's just smaller now.
Oh,
We
you
can
did a
see it.
phen-
I
you
see
did
it.
you did a phenomenal job, and you put a lot of work in with me prior to filming, which I appreciate. Which you don't always get the opportunity to do that. We had some video chats discussing the character, discussing the dialogue, and that's as good as it gets for me as far as an actor.
Yeah, I think through the years too, just becoming friends, like all of us, and having more life moments together. Mandy's not birthday party, but her graduation party was so amazing. Just being able to hang out with everybody, and it was friends getting together.
That's what friends do. It's
Yeah.
a strange
It's-
thing.
I know, but it's been really crazy for the last couple of years. So just one event is really wonderful.
Oh, we hear you. So hang on a few minutes if you guys don't mind. Mr. Ridgely, is there anybody else in the green room who would like to pop on and wish Mr. Schiaffo a happy birthday?
No, it's this grumpy looking guy. Hardly ever smiles. Wait, he's got gum.
Ah,
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen, pop culture icon and overall swell guy, Mr. Brian O'Halloran.
Chuli's gum. Buy it now. Buy it now. Support Scott's birthday. What?
Oh my gosh!
Is that
Hey,
the
man.
indica or the sativa?
Ah, nice, nicely played, well played.
So Scott, you're older now.
I'm
Like-
old as hell.
Yeah. So now we got to start carbon dating you to figure out eventually your age again. 'Cause you're so old. So old.
I'm the oldest on I'm the oldest on this screen.
You're
I don't know.
more
Is it David a vampire?
you're more machine than man.
That's right. I got my hardware going, man.
Well, I'm glad that you made it another year. Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
I'm so glad that you had an amazing Thanksgiving and an amazing birthday. By the way, we just finished the very last oatmeal raisin cookie that she made for us. So tell her they all went to a good cause.
Oh,
Mine
yes.
And Diana's stomach. So
Ah. Well, listen, man, November was amazing, and a lot of it was thanks to you. Going on the road with you has always been a real treat and a blessing for me. And having you watch, you've got my back all the time, and I appreciate it more than you know.
well, thank you, man. It's always fun having you around on the road, especially these last couple of trips have been really great, especially with Jeff at Saratoga, but also the whole gang of us up in Rhode Island was a blast. Thank you to all those who came out. Thank you guys here, David and Joe and Libby and Matt. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've been giving us, sharing our posts and stuff of where we're going to be at. But Scott, man, I got to tell you, really, really good stuff I'm hearing about your performances from all these secret screenings of an upcoming film that you were a part of that I was also. So hearing some really great feedback. So that's awesome.
That is
Nobody
awesome.
is surprised, Mr. Schiaffo. You are an astonishing actor. You're a great performer, and you're even a better person, which is actually more important.
Oh, you guys, you're killing me. Thank you so much. I'm so blessed.
Yeah, and we hope to get out there by 63 countries, just one more than the 62. Libby, just want to
64, Brian. I'm at 64.
65.
You're at
That's
65.
65 countries to get our film out there. Hopefully,
I don't
fingers
think I'll
crossed.
have a problem.
You'll do it.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you, Brandon.
So, Scott, before we bring our guests on and we let your birthday entourage, how about we all get together for one rousing chorus of "Happy Birthday" to Mr. Scott Schiaffo?
I promised Maddie didn't have to sing.
Okay,
Ah,
you
We
ready?
didn't.
He can whistle.
A one, two, three. Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
this is our.
Happy
No,
birthday
no.
to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday, dear.
I'm so sorry.
you.
To you.
Yay!
thank you so much. Thank you.
Talent like that you will not find anywhere because we have no talent.
I don't know. Could we compete with your Christmas album now?
Whoa.
That's why the Christmas album failed.
That's why.
Oh, boy.
We love you.
Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for joining us, Libby and Matt. You
Thank
guys
you.
are awesome. If I don't talk to you, have a
Good to
wonderful
see you,
Christmas.
Brian.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah,
If we
Good
don't
to
talk
see
to you,
you,
have a
Brian.
wonderful
Love you,
Christmas
David.
season.
yeah, you too.
Good night, guys. Thank
Everybody,
you.
make sure you check out their film "Darkness Waits." It's on all platforms. And you have all your films on out there now, right? Why don't
Yeah.
you do a quick
You only have
plug?
one too, but yeah. Well, we have done more together, but
Right.
yeah. Limatic Films.
Tubi.
So-
Check us out on Tubi.
Check them out. Check them out on Tubi. That's where they make the big cash on Tubi. I know all about it. Good night, guys. Be well. Merry
ya.
Christmas, and I'll talk to you guys.
Thank you
soon.
so much.
See you guys.
Yep.
Thank you, Brian.
That was awesome. Are we kicking
Mr.
him off,
O'Halloran.
too?
What?
I said, are we kicking him off too?
You can stay. Would you like to stay on without guests, or do you want to?
No. Too many chefs in the cooking. Yeah.
Too
you know.
many.
That's the last thing a woman needs is 4 guys going and tell us more.
By the way, Mr. O'Halloran, on the 19th is our Christmas show, and we're going to have a star-studded reading of "Twas the Night Before Christmas." If you would like to be involved, I would love to have you.
I will check my calendar. I definitely have signed off space for the Kwanzaa show. So
The Kwanzaa show, yes.
you let me know when you have the Kwanzaa show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian O'Halloran. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
I'll see you soon, pal.
Thanks, Brian.
There you go, bro. Scott, you're loved. You're loved by many. Why, I don't know, but you're loved.
What is that? There's a saying that's something like sometimes we get what we want, sometimes we get what we ask for. Just thankfully we don't get what we deserve, because I lived a crazy life and I'm blessed to be here, period, and to have all this wonderful support. It leaves me speechless, really. It does.
No, you know what? You get this because you earned it. You get kindness in life because you do kind things to other people. And when you're kind to other people like to reciprocate the kindness. So
We're going to sing Kumbaya in a second.
Oh, Joe, you grumpy schmeckle. Yelling at me last night for no reason. I woke up this morning, Joe sent me an IM like, I'm going to kill you, you bastard. And I was like...
Wait a minute, I don't remember that. Is that
That's what I read into it. That's what I read into it. Yeah, that's what I read into it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I love you, Joe. You know I do.
I love all you guys, man. I'm ecstatic to be here. And Scott, again, I didn't get to wish you a happy birthday, sir. It was.
Thank you.
Scott, you're an inspiration to all of us.
Oh, thank you, CJ. CJ's the man. CJ came out to Rhode Island and rocked the joint, man. I was shocked. It was the coolest thing ever.
That is true.
He didn't even tell the producer of the network or anything that he was going to be there.
Well, he wanted to surprise everybody, and he did, and it was great.
Oh, Jeff writes something really nice. In honor of your birthday, Scott, I listened to Vicious Dogs again on Audible. That's awesome.
Wow. Thank you, Jeff. That's really awesome of you. I really appreciate that.
By the way, if you don't know what Vicious Dogs is, it's a book that Mr. Schiaffo wrote. That's really, really fantastic. It's a great read. It's an interesting read. So, look for it where you buy
I only have
audiobooks
the coming
and
soon
books.
one. Sorry.
That's all right. Yes, it's an audio book on Audible, and it's also a printed book on Amazon with amazing artwork by none other than Scott Meaney, who's an amazing artist.
Yes, he is. With that being said, you brought up the word amazing, and our guest tonight is an amazingly talented actress and model and game show host and just really an awesome person. I know her for, I think, going on maybe 8 to 10 years now, and she's just super, super talented and super sweet. Let's all welcome the incredibly beautiful, the incredibly talented Eliza Jayne to the show. Eliza.
I don't know if I can live up to those standards after that. Thanks, goodness.
You can easily live up to those standards.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How
Hi,
do
Joe.
you think... Are you going to say hi back, Joe?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I'm like half-ass hearing the freaking dog howling. I apologize. Hi, I do.
Hi.
New dog.
Eliza, he just got a new dog. It's a puppy. Is it like a yellow lab or something?
I forget exactly. A black nose something.
Really, really cute dog. And the dog already, I think you had him about 2 weeks now?
2 weeks and already gained 7 pounds.
2 weeks he's
It's
had
gonna
this
be a
dog,
big
and the
end.
dog is already the boss of the household. I literally have to call the dog and ask if Joe can do the show with us. I got to get the
Hi,
dog's
Jeff.
permission.
But
That's
it's
how
better
it's
than
supposed to
dealing
be.
with the cat.
The dogs are supposed to rule the home.
Yeah.
That's right.
It used to be Joe Cat who was the boss, but I think is Joe Cat still with us, or has he gone on to Great Cat Beyond?
She is going on 17 pounds.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice.
She's very well treated.
Wow.
All right, we'll stop with our stupidity, Eliza. How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
We are doing fine. You seem to be a little out of sync. Is that me, or is it just?
No, that is correct.
Okay.
I do have to go kick the dog. Hold on a second.
Don't kick the dog. That's not very nice.
Did he say kick the dog?
I know he's kidding. He's kidding. He's not going to kick the dog.
We don't want to get the ASPCA on us.
Eliza, tell us a
Yes.
little bit about how you got involved in acting, especially in independent films.
Well, I got acting in independent films because I've always been interested in acting. When I was younger, I started in doing theater in high school. And so my uncle owned horrorfind.com, if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, that's a one.
So I began talking. Okay, so I began talking with some of the different independent film makers, and I just kind of dived in. I've always loved acting, and that's kind of how I got started.
Tell us a little bit about when Eliza's a young girl and she's in high school. Who were some of the filmmakers or actresses that inspired you the most to want to become an actress?
I didn't really have a specific person that I followed or admired. I just really enjoyed watching movies and watching films, but I never really thought about being an actress. I just liked acting in theater and getting on stage, and I loved performing. If you ask my mom and my dad, I was always in front of the camera. If my little sisters were younger than me and they were in front of the camera, I always had to butt in front of them to kind of get in front of the camera. So they weren't in the camera, it was me instead. Kind of like being the center of attention, just always performing. So it wasn't necessarily like I had an idol. It was just kind of like I love entertaining and kind of getting a reaction from someone.
Yeah, so I mean, I think everybody though, somewhere along the line, somebody you watched either on a television show or an motion picture attracted you to the art of acting. And you may not have somebody who particularly comes to mind, but I assure you there's somebody in there that you are like, this is why I want to become an actress. But what the hell do we know?
If I think of someone, I'll let you know. But there's never been like a specific person that I can say like, that I've really been drawn to as an actress.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about The Vanishing Woman. It was a TV series documentary that you worked on.
Yeah, it was a mini series about a group of women in Ohio that vanished. They were women that were prostitutes. They also struggled with substance abuse, and they miraculously just disappeared one by one. I played one of those women that were working the streets and disappeared. It was a really interesting documentary because they never found out why those women disappeared.
Oh, sweet. And where was that something that you could see like online?
Yeah, it was on the ID channel.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow. The ID channel is something that Jewel and I do enjoy. Jewel's been on a few episodes of different ID shows.
Yeah, it was a little
It's a great
mini-series.
channel.
And the interesting thing about it was the women would carry around the McDonald's, because this was back in the early 90s. They would carry around these styrofoam McDonald's cups. It was when the McDonald's cups were styrofoam. And that's how you knew these women were walking the streets. They would be clusters of the women. They would have to carry these styrofoam cups around. That's how you knew you could pick them up.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Well, it's not sweet that they were working the street.
Yeah, it's also a terrible story. Hopefully nothing bad
That was like food.
happened.
So
Ohio? This was in Ohio?
Yeah, it was in Ohio.
So CJ saying he'd like to watch this. Do you happen to know if it's on like Discovery Plus or something by chance?
I'm not sure. I can get a link to it then and post it on my Facebook page then.
Sweet.
I see
This was probably about 3 or 4 years ago we filmed it.
I see you are currently working on a film called The Curse of the Krampus. I loved the big mainstream Krampus movie that came out a couple years ago. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with The Curse of the Krampus.
Well, I was working on that with Matt Cloud. We started working on that probably about 4 years ago before COVID. I'm not sure where Matt's at in that process, but He's working on that to look like one of those old school VHS movies, and he
Sweet.
he actually filmed it using one of those old school VHS cameras. So I'm really interested in seeing what that looks like. I don't have a lot of details on how far along he is in the process, because once COVID happened, he kind of slowed down the process. But like I said, we worked with Matt Cloud with that.
You were working on a film called Zombie Girl Diary with one of this show's most guest who's on all the time and is just a wonderful guy. I'm curious, did you get to work with the legendary and wonderful Jim Crott?
Jim Crott, I did. Oh, he's awesome. So Jim Crott played my dad in that movie.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So it was about a little girl who got to write about her story dealing with being in this zombie apocalypse. So she was journaling in her diary her experience in this zombie apocalypse. Unfortunately, the movie never got completed. That's kind of one of the frustrating things about being in the indie industry. Sometimes the things don't get completed, but it was a wonderful experience getting to work with Jim and getting to work with different actors.
Now, there's another film, or I'm not sure if it was a TV show, The Spook Detail.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit
That one, actually, I'm not sure if it's still on Amazon Prime or not. You should be able to find that. Johnny Johnson, I worked on that with him. And that was kind of like a modern day, if you want to say Scooby-Doo. We were kind of like finding the ghosts and kind of like doing a little ghost hunt and finding out who the actual killer was. So that was a lot of fun working on that. We filmed that in Virginia.
Now, Johnny Johnson is the gentleman who directed the Plan 9 from Outer Space remake, correct?
Correct, yep.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun working on that.
Now, I know you've done a ton of commercials and you've done a lot of modeling. What would you say is the key difference between doing a modeling gig and doing an acting performance gig?
The biggest difference is that's a really good question. The biggest
Every once in a while I get lucky.
You got lucky. Well, modeling gig is pretty short and straight. An acting gig is usually a longer gig, and you have to put a little bit more time and effort in. You have to memorize lines. There's a lot of rehearsing. A modeling gig is a little bit short and sweet. It's a little quicker. So an acting gig takes a lot more time and energy and effort.
No, absolutely. I mean, I always wondered because you see the high-end models and they make it seem like modeling is such an incredibly stressful job. And I'm not quite sure why, I mean, I'm not denying that it is or isn't. I just don't know what aspects of it are so challenging that makes them so stressed out about it. Is it just really the overwhelming fear or need to feel like you have to look awesome all the time?
Maybe it depends on the model. Like Eliza Jayne is a real persona for me. The real me is, I mean, I'm a big tomboy. I like working on cars. I'm a rough, tough kind of girl. Eliza Jayne's a very different persona for me. Eliza Jayne's very feminine and she's very girly, and that's a little different from like the real me if you lived with me every day. So maybe holding that persona all the time is very different if that's not the true you all the time. Not saying that Eliza Jayne isn't like part of who I am, because it obviously is an extension of me, but I don't walk around in lingerie and heels every day like some people probably perceive. I mean, that's not realistic. I'm not cooking breakfast in heels. It's amazing that
you bring that up, because you really just enlightened me on something, because I never thought of the people when you're being photographed as somebody other than you, but Eliza Jayne apparently is a character to you. It's not who you are. So when you say that, it really, really is pretty cool to think that, maybe models aren't what we perceive them to be. Right. It's like a still performance. What do you think about that, Scott?
I think that's awesome, and I agree. Having somebody who's doing still photography as a model and assuming a character is very cool. That's a way to approach it that I've never thought of myself either. I think that's very creative and also helps you protect yourself, because if you give too much of you, then you become really vulnerable, maybe in a way that's not good.
Right. I mean, because how else would I be able to make expressions and like that in some of those images?
No, absolutely. I mean, you rocked my world with that answer because I thought it was more. I always thought of modeling as being more playful, make eyes at the camera, throw feathers up in the air, and I never really thought of it as performance based. But when you say that, when the way you laid that out, that was like super interesting, and that was really a cool answer.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about Jerseylicious.
Jerseylicious was interesting. It was probably one of my first experiences working in reality TV. Now, I was a background character, so it wasn't like I wasn't one of the main characters, but I got to really see that there wasn't like real alcohol served to like the main characters. They served mocktails, so they would serve it would be like a virgin strawberry daiquiri with all the fruit, and it wasn't like a real drink served. It was just a really different experience for me. Like I said, I was a background character, so I was just like the extra sitting in the bar while the main characters drank, or sitting in the beach while all the other characters acted. So I was in quite a number of scenes for Jerseylicious, but it was a lot of fun.
Sweet. If there was a type of role that would be the perfect role for Eliza Jayne, what would that be? If you were like, if the biggest director in Hollywood came up to you and said, Eliza, we want to make the film that is going to launch you and turn you into a superstar. You have carte blanche to tell us what that role is going to be. Tell us what that role would be like.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Nice.
Or Poison Ivy.
So you want to be like the seductive, is Harley Quinn a bad guy, a bad girl?
Well, yes, she rides both sides in a lot of ways.
Kind of totters the line.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Yeah, well, I mean that's what makes those, and so is Poison Ivy. She's like seduces Batman, I guess. What the hell do I know? If you could work with any director in Hollywood, who would you choose? And if you say David Lee Madison, you could choose somebody else because I know you're full of crap.
I was going to say you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you would.
I would have to say Tim Burton.
Whoa, awesome.
Wow.
Great choice.
Why Tim Burton? Just out of curiosity, do you like his storytelling? Do you like the way his films look?
I like his storytelling, and I do like his films, but I really love his storytelling.
Like, are you a big fan of, what was the Edward Scissorhands?
I love Edward Scissorhands. Of course, I like the cartoons too.
Oh, right. He did Nightmare Before Christmas. What was the other one he did where there was like a young
Corpse
dead couple?
Bride?
The Corpse Bride, yep.
Bride. Sweet.
He didn't do Rango. Is it the thing where Johnny Depp plays the lead? Did he do Rango? I don't think so. Maybe not.
The Lizard?
Ed Wood. Come on, Ed Wood is it's one of my favorite all-time films.
I like to think of Edward Scissorhands because it was actually Vincent Price's last on-screen performance, which was
it?
Yeah, which was pretty terrific.
All right,
So,
we got a question from Daniella. You mentioned Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Is it their crazy or seductive aspect that you like?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. I actually love both, which is why I picked that, because I kind of, when I mentioned that Eliza Jayne is kind of like a persona, it's a little bit like me, which is why it's kind of like a character. So that little like spicy seductive is a little piece of me, which is why I can play that character. But then it's kind of like the tomboy aspect of me, which is why I love those two characters. So I kind of like both. And my full-time job is I'm a therapist. So I love the crazy aspect because I kind of like that too.
Oh my God, you just rock my world. What kind of therapist are you?
I work as a counselor, so.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to have to.
Wow. Do you have, because I've got my master's degree in counseling as well. Do you have your LAC or LPC or?
I'm a social worker.
Okay. So you got the MSW or whatever that is. That's the same. Yeah. Fantastic.
I'm actually currently working on releasing a book. I'm working on publishing it. It's called Calm Your Shit. It's a 12-step guide to solving your toxic thoughts. So that's my biggest work right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Good
Love
for
that
you.
title.
Super excited
That is
about
great.
Hello, Mr. Toy.
Hey,
Man,
another
Extremely talented Camden Toy. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you are well. And so you're a beautiful model. You're a wonderful actress, and you are also a game show host.
Yes.
Tell us, how did you get involved with that? And tell us where we can watch this wonderful game show that you host.
Well, my coworker at the counseling place that I work, he's actually a comedian, and he was working on the show and said, you should really come on the show and play trivia. And then they actually asked me to be the host of the show. So that's how I kind of fell into that role. You can play on Tuesdays. It's live on Facebook. It's communitymedia.net/trivia. It's live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And sweet, and a week from this Tuesday, this clown right here will be on the show to embarrass the shit out of himself. And I will make sure that I post on all of our Indie Escape networks and all of our End of the Night networks where you could watch me make a total buffoon of myself. Because
is the trivia always different topics, or is it pop culture only, or is it what?
It's usually pretty random. It can be anything. It can be sports, pop culture, movies, really anything.
Oh, wow.
I need all the
Pretty
help I
hard
can
sometimes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we watch Jeopardy quite frequently, and the music and movie categories, I usually do really well. Just about everything else, I'm like shot, which is sad for somebody with all the schooling I've had. I feel embarrassed.
You shouldn't. You're a brilliant guy, Mr. Schiaffo.
Oh, well, that's very sweet, man. Thank you.
Do you have any, Eliza, do you have any aspirations to become a game show host? Or is that just something you do for fun?
It's something I do for fun, but it certainly it wouldn't be out of the realm of things I'd be interested in doing.
What I mean by that is, like, you are a game show host now, but I mean bringing it to like another level. I didn't mean anything disrespectful by that.
Hey, the sky's the limit. So
Yeah.
I certainly
Absolutely.
wouldn't say no if the opportunity opened up.
So, Eliza, if you were offered a starring role in a major motion picture, or the cover or Vanity Fair, or the host Jeopardy, what would you pick?
Vanity Fair, the host of Jeopardy? The host of Jeopardy.
You'd pick the host of Jeopardy over to be
Host
the
of
star?
Jeopardy over a film? That's pretty
you
cool.
said,
I said the star of a major motion picture.
oh.
The cover of Vanity Fair, which I guess would be or whatever.
The first one. I thought
Okay.
you said Vanity Fair or Jeopardy. I would pick the films.
Okay, so you would be.
I
the
thought so.
star.
I'm thinking to myself, she's definitely going to pick the film.
Yeah, I don't know how
missed the
these
film
guys
part.
on
I thought you
Jeopardy
meant-
do it.
I was picking the magazine over Jeopardy.
Huh.
Or Jeopardy
No.
over the magazine.
I guess I'm also out of touch. What would be like if you were on a top-notch model? What magazine would be like the home run of hitting the cover? Would it be Sports Illustrated maybe, or Vanity Fair, or is Vanity Fair a good choice?
I picked Sports Illustrated probably.
Okay, they have the swimsuit issue, right? Not that
Yeah.
I've ever seen it before.
Oh,
Sure.
zing.
Scott, weren't you the centerfold in '89?
It was,
It was
him and
actually
Burt Reynolds.
88. It was 88.
88.
So, I, if you don't mind, I want to backtrack for one moment about something you spoke about earlier, because
Sure.
it really just blows my mind, like how multifaceted you are, which is really awesome. It just shows how talented and smart you are. You're writing a book that's kind of like a self-help book for people who are like in funks. Is that a fair way to say it?
That's a fair way to say it.
Now, what kind of approach are you going to take? Like life tips to keep your moods in place, or dietary tips? Just give me a little idea, because I need all the help I can get.
Absolutely. So we're never taught this in school. We're not taught how to rein in our thoughts. Like, our thoughts kind of get out of control. And I use the term rodent wheel. My last name's Roden, so I use rodent like a rat.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how we get in our thoughts and they spin around on like a hamster wheel. So I'll use rodent wheel, and they just spin and spin and spin, and we get no traction on them sometimes. So this book is going to teach you how to gain traction on those thoughts, and it's a 12-step guide on teaching you how to do that. Because sometimes your thoughts really spin, and it literally gets out of control, and you really can't gain control of them. This is what this book's going to teach you how to do. These are the things we should be teaching kids in school. We should be teaching kids in school how to gain control of your emotions, and that it's okay to have emotions. We don't teach people that it's okay to feel, that it's okay to get angry, and that it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be happy. We don't teach people that.
You know what I
True. There's no emphasis on coping skills. It's all book knowledge, more or less, mostly. That's changing a little bit now, but that's true. There should be more emphasis on mental health, not just physical health.
Right.
You know, I don't know how to put this because it's very a complex thought, but maybe because both of you have a background in this. I think people have to learn to cope with when you want something. It's only you want it until you have it. And then when you have it, it's like a vicious cycle because it's not like something that ends. It's only what you want until you want something else. Does that make any kind of sense?
No, it makes sense.
It kind of seems to be what makes people, especially in 2021, what makes people spiral in wrong directions.
No, that's great, because part of my book also talks about gratitude. You have to learn gratitude and being happy at where you're at and with what you have.
Right.
Every day you should be able to look at your life and find gratitude in every day. Like if something really crappy happens in your day and you just want to be like FML, like fuck my life today, you have to ground yourself and say, like, what am I grateful for today? Because there's something to be grateful for in every day. Like, I'm still alive today. I have a beautiful dog. My mom's still alive. I have 3 beautiful sisters. Like, there's something to be grateful for in today, even if everything went wrong.
Yeah, because I think what you want is only what you want until you have it, if that makes any kind of sense.
That's very true.
And then and you got to kind of temper expectations so that you can look for the small victories in life and enjoy the small humble things that are really, really what the fabric of living. It's just a very difficult thing to do. Luckily, I'm a half a century old and I finally figured this shit out.
That's the problem. It shouldn't take us till we're, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s to figure it out. We should be taught this at a young age.
You know what horrifies me? She brought that number to the 60s because she wasn't quite sure which decade I fell into. Which,
that wasn't why I said it.
Thank God she went that high.
I know it was. You broke my heart, Eliza. We were friends.
These are the people that come in my office.
Hey, see, Dave, if I had this book last night, I wouldn't have IM'd you.
You needed that book last night.
Nice. Oh.
Just to poke fun at Joe for a minute, and I'm not going to say what it was. Trust me, Joe sent me one of those IMs where you get from your friends every once in a while that you look at and you go, "What the fuck is he thinking?" You have no idea what's going on.
I will change the subject with Scott calling freaking Kevin, so it'd be the same thing.
What did Scott do?
Scott called 7 years ago. I was
many moons ago when I had my deeply lost in alcohol and drug addiction. I had called Kevin in a drunken stupor a couple of times.
Oh, right. You had said that on the show before. I remember.
Okay. Luckily, he remembered it in a different way, because he's so gracious.
I was on sleeping pills, so that's my defense.
Yes.
Heavily dosed in sleeping pills because I have insomnia.
Like you're semi in a blackout almost.
Yeah.
But fully functioning.
But like a good friend, when the minute I woke up and I saw this, I called Joe literally.
And he said, "What the hell is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like real friends do.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" No,
So, Eliza, tell us. It's the Christmas season. If you are on an island and you could only have, we'll get to Brandon's. Does Brandon have a question or just thought?
No, it was a nice.
That was very nice.
Go put it up. I'll read it. Put it up, sir.
No, just yelled at me for it.
I said please.
All right.
Good positive messages and reinforcement, Eliza. Cheers to you on emphasizing all on this through your words and your book. Much needed. Oh, see, look at that.
Thank you, Brandon.
That's a nice thing. Brandon's a great guy, a great filmmaker too. You guys should work together. I think he's down in the Philly area. You guys, he's a
Oh,
great
that's not
filmmaker.
far.
And CJ's saying, Dave, stop IMing him.
Oh, well, see, he loves the nudes I send him. So, Eliza, if you were on a deserted island and you were there and you could have only one Christmas album with you, what would you have?
One Christmas album.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you the last Christmas album I even listened to.
Not a Christmas fan?
I wouldn't say I'm not a Christmas fan. I just don't listen to a ton of Christmas music. So, Elvis maybe.
Ah,
I'm gonna
little
go traditional.
Blue Christmas by Elvis.
Yeah.
All right, let's go around the room with that one.
Okay,
Mr.
Joe.
Schiaffo.
Oh man, one Christmas album. 100 years ago, I guess it was the '80s. Remember, they had Very Merry Christmas with all the rock bands that were doing it, and I can't even recall now exactly who was on it, but it was. Oh God, I know Keith Richards did Rudolph, and Bon Jovi was on it, and
Are
it
you
was
talking about a special Christmas? The ones that were like green and red covers and...
Is it the
Yeah,
live-
they're it's
yeah.
going back a while. I mean, I remember it on cassette. That's how long ago it was.
What about you, Joe?
I would be into more of the crooners, Rat Pack or Michael Bublé.
No, sweet. Well,
I
of
don't
course,
know what you're saying.
of course, my favorite Christmas album is The Wandering Wannabes. But if you weren't going to say The Wandering Wannabes, my very favorite album is the all-time biggest selling album in history. It's Bing Crosby's Merry Christmas, the White Album. They stopped counting at 1 billion sales. So
Wow.
that was, but you know what? You can't go wrong with
Carpenters.
Oh,
Mariah Carey. Well, CJ, you should be damned for that.
if anybody wants like a little, like a hidden gem Christmas album that many people don't know about, it's called Christmas Island by Leon Redbone. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas album. Now that I bored everybody with my stupid Christmas question, Eliza,
Yes.
can you tell the folks where they could find you online to follow you and all that jazz?
ElizaJayne.com. All my links.
Oh, look,
Well,
you know
that
what?
was too quick.
Ah,
It's the easiest way.
That was so awesome because we usually have people who drone on for hours and hours about all their stuff, and she's just like right to the point. Like, go to Eliza Jayne.
All my links
damn
in
it.
one time, in one place. ElizaJayne.com.
Not even Linktree. It's just go to my website. You'll see them there.
Yes. Eliza, I want to thank you for being on the show tonight. You are awesome. You're incredibly talented. This show is watched by numerous filmmakers. And as I'm going to look directly in the camera and appeal to you guys. If you want to work with a true professional and somebody who's got amazing talent and shows up on set and is professional and is just wonderful to work with, give Eliza a call because she's enormously talented. I saw recently that commercial you just put it up recently about the hockey stick. That is one of the most clever and hysterical commercials that I've seen in a while. So if anybody gets a chance to go on Eliza's Facebook page to check it out. Eliza, thank you so much. I will see you on your game show a week from Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to being made a buffoon of like usual. and if I won't be able to tell you that this on the game show, but have a very, very happy holiday season.
Thank
and
you. You too.
be well. And this guy over here, I'm going to talk Scott into coming on to the game show if I have to beat him with a stick.
Sounds good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Eliza Jayne. Eliza, thank you so much, hon.
Thanks for having me. See you guys.
Happy holidays.
Good
You
night.
too.
Wow,
What a-
she was awesome. What a sweet,
Awesome
sweet
lady.
What a sweet, sweet lady. Amazingly talented.
you know, that is interesting, assuming a character as a model.
Yeah, no, I mean, she rocked my world with that answer. That was like so deep. I never really thought of modeling as a performance, but I guess it is. What the hell do I know?
Well, you know, it really is a wonderful way to sort of protect yourself from vulnerability. because when your product is your appearance, it's almost impossible to separate yourself from that personally. We actors go through that as well. Our product is our appearance and our voice. Those are our tools. And sometimes you could take things really personally because there's a ton of rejection. And if you assume a character, they're rejecting the character. They're not rejecting the person. That's pretty cool.
And, not only is she amazingly talented, she's so smart. I mean, she's writing a book to help a self-help book. I mean, I need all the help I can get, so I'm hoping it comes out.
Yeah, I had no idea that she was a therapist, and she's beating me to the punch because since I got my master's degree, I've been saying I'm going to write a book, and it hasn't happened. So good for her.
Wow.
Wow,
Unless you're Joe, he's a character he's modeling in real life.
Zing! What is that?
Wow.
I don't know. That sounded like a little... I don't know what that sounded like. It was weird.
No. I think I'm going to sachet francais or something.
Send CJ the link. Let's pop CJ on for a moment. CJ, if he wants to come on.
If he's ready to come on.
If he's ready to come on.
Well, he would need to answer that immediately.
That's entirely up to him. If you can send it to him, and if you.
Well,
I like CJ, and I. By the way, Scott, how'd you like your little? It was supposed to be a little bit of a birthday surprise. Did you enjoy that?
That was awesome, man. Are you kidding me? Libby and Matt and Mr. O'Halloran coming on to wish me a happy birthday personally. Like I said, blessed beyond belief. I'm one of the luckiest people I know.
You are more than lucky. You are just a good guy.
David, I'm a little disappointed, but I understand.
Okay, what do I do now?
I understand it was Scott's birthday and everything, but it's December.
Right.
What did you used to do at the beginning of each show?
I don't remember.
The Film Hub plug,
Right.
the StreamYard plug, Film Hub and StreamYard plug.
And then your
a
wife's
collectible.
Oh, true. Yeah.
A toy or a collectible. It's December, brother.
All right. Next show, I'll have some cool toys. You know what? I just I don't know. I got a lot of stuff over here now.
And you weren't that. You didn't figure that one out immediately.
I'm getting old and senile, and I'm very, very tired today. And I was very grumpy before the show started.
So was I.
If it came off as I was grumpy to the community and everybody who watches this lovely program, I apologize because. But then I saw lovely faces like yours, Joe, and Scott's, and Brian O'Halloran, and the beautiful Libby McDermott, and the equally beautiful Matt Staley, and the equally beautiful. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to get rid of Brian's background. I'm gonna have a seizure.
It was a beauty fest. Yeah, he's always like, oh,
Hey!
the man, the myth, the legend. CJ.
So here's my replacement. I didn't want to do it this way, guys, but I'm kidding. For now.
Oh yes, an upgrade. No.
Hey, how's it going?
How was your Thanksgiving, CJ?
It was a good Thanksgiving. I got to spend it with my brother and my mother and the family. It was fun.
Okay. So, as somebody who watches our show pretty regularly, how much of a train wreck was tonight's episode? Were we like a medium train wreck, a terrible train wreck, or just kind of like an average train wreck?
Be careful how you answer because I will IM you later.
Under the influence of sleeping.
Under sleeping.
Hey,
like myself.
It's called Just Another Sunday, so I'll be fine. No, I thought it was great. I actually liked seeing Matt and Libby on. That was awesome. You got the thunder lightning thing going, and then the you're right. The show with the questions and the modeling. I didn't even think about that either. So it was a good show. Not really a train wreck yet. I think we can make it a little bit more. I think.
I mean, this is we have 6 minutes here that we could just totally derail this shit into the ground.
I was relaxing. I was having a little wine with you. I was just kind of just having a good chill. I had a good week, so it was.
We didn't strong arm you into coming on the show, CJ. We asked you to come on.
I'm here.
What's your, on it like that? Who are you kidding?
With your cool Mario Kart shirt on. Look at you.
Yeah,
Is
this
that
is
what that
awesome.
is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1992.
At first, I thought it said
Nice.
Magic Mike.
Nice. Oh,
I need that one.
So, CJ, I guess I should always ask people this question before I ask them further questions. Do you celebrate Christmas?
I do.
Okay. What are your big Christmas plans for this season?
I think it's just the big thing is I want to have a photo with my family, doing a little Christmas theme photo. You know, I think that's my big thing. Outside of that, nothing really out of the ordinary. Just I've been hiding the gifts from my kid, and it's fun because he's pretty smart. He's finding the spots where I'm hiding them.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
so
he
I-
still has fun with Christmas because he has a wee little one. And
Yes. Hey,
Well, let
it's-
me. Go
go
ahead.
for it. No, you go, Dave.
No, you go. You go.
No, I was just gonna say I hide them in my toys, so he knows not to get in my stuff. So, but he doesn't realize that the toys there's a wall and there's just a bunch of his toys, and I'm like,
Nice.
There is nothing better than doing the work of Santa at Christmas time. So you're a good man.
thank you. Thank you.
This is going to rock your world, but on this very broadcast on the 19th, which I guess is 2 shows away, will be our big Christmas extravaganza. And let me be the first to tell you that we're going to have a reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And already confirmed for our reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, of course, is Grunkle Scott, who literally told us he would be joining us for the reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas on this show. Grunkle Scott will be joined by none other than John O'Hurley reading a section of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Grunkle Scott will be joined by none other than William Sadler reading a section of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
with good internet this time.
Yes, he's going to be home. And not confirmed, but looking also like a very good possibility will be Ray Abruzzo reading a section of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And if I can talk the iconic Brian O'Halloran into doing it seriously, Brian O'Halloran. So we're talking about an all-star. If we could actually have Huey do it in sign language because he can't hear anymore.
Oh,
I just saw his last behind the music, and he's better.
You're telling me he's better? If
He's
he
better
was
than
better,
he
he'd be out rocking people. Your
Your
train wrecks.
beat most people's Sunday drives.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
What about
know
David
what?
Lee Roth?
David Lee Roth's having some issues at the moment that are not for the public to know.
Fair enough. When's the Fright Night show?
The Fright Night show was going to be tonight, but it's going to be next Sunday.
Next Sunday is the Fright Night show.
Yes, next
Oh.
next Sunday, Amanda Burse and Stephen Jeffries will be joining us.
Oh, you need to get.
Oh, I love Steve. Steve is the
ASAP
best.
because we need to plug the holy. Not that we don't plug the holy heck out of every show. Really need to start plugging that one.
Well,
out.
you know, Stephen Jeffries is beloved for his starring role in of course Mr. Hush. So he also did a little movie called Fright Night 976 Evil, but it was Mr. Hush that pushed him over the edge. Actually, I think Mr. Hush did push him over the edge, but that's a totally different story.
different edge.
Yeah, it's a different edge. With that being said, CJ, it's always you have one of those faces that is always makes people smile and happy. You got like an endearing personality. You have a great show on the Indie Escape. Thank you for coming on. And wait, we had to ask you what did you say earlier that we had to have him that he had to explain? I'm gonna put
Joe
him on
plays
the
a
spot.
character. Like I was something about Joe in a character.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said.
Unless you're Joe, he's the character he's modeling in real life.
I get those IMs all the time. Shit, man, send me them. I can
Well,
make a book myself.
the items weren't for Madison's, the Joe IMs. I should have put, I get those Joe IMs all the time. No, I was just joking. He's the unless you're Joe, he's the character he's modeling in real life. It's a
Oh,
layer
okay.
on-
Now that I understand it, now that you say it, I understand what you meant. You weren't dissing Joe.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Damn
just
it!
saying-
I was hoping you were dissing Joe.
I don't. I can't. He's my producer. You know, I can't get the guy a zine. Not yet. Whenever I
That's
can,
right, you know.
I will. He'll give me the Steven Seagal chop. I don't want to get that. So
After you put in as many hours as I do, by all means.
I'm just following the trail. That's all, the trail. I'm just following the trail. That's all I'm doing.
I'm busting chops. No, never. If you knew the past history of other shows, you'd understand exactly what I was referring to.
Oh, the ones I've been watching for a while. The ones I'm catching up on.
Sweet.
The one I've been.
We actually had a comment on Facebook the other day, or Facebook on YouTube the other day, stating that you guys have so many amazing guests across all the network shows. Why aren't you so much bigger and huge? And I'm wondering the same thing with all the amazing guests we have across the whole platform.
Oh, I could answer for you, Joe. People hate me. I'm the biggest dick around. And I love it. With that being said, CJ, have a Merry Christmas, my friend, if I don't see you. Enjoy being a dad these years of having a little one.
Oh, they go so fast.
They go so fast. So please, if you listen to anything this moron ever says, please make sure that you enjoy them to the fullest, because one day your little ones are going to be off from college and you're going to be sitting at home like a big sap crying because they're not little anymore. So.
But I do like seeing that you're active on that and you're with your daughter all the time, and you can tell like the bond, the friendship there. And when I look at my son, I'm like, all right, cool, I got that. Like, the other day, the retail store I got to do my movie, the one I told you about. Mm-hmm. I was hanging down there with my son, and it was at 9 p.m. and I was like, we gotta go to bed already. And I just jokingly told him, Maxwell, why do you like to stay up so late? And then he looks at me and he says, he gets real close, he brings it in, he goes, because I like to spend more time with you, Daddy. And I was like,
Stabbed right in the heart.
Hook, line, and sinker.
So now he has 4 more gifts back here.
Yeah, that's what he went. He went back to his room and put like an X stamp for how many extra gifts he's got with that line.
4. I got him 4 Jurassic Park toys. I was like, he earned them.
Okay, make sure he doesn't watch this show because we don't want to ruin any surprises.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Hopefully, he has, because there's a lot of salty language on this show, right?
Yes.
Not a lot by comparison, but
he's got to learn. He's got to learn. Hey, and Scott, happy birthday! I hope you had a great one, man.
Thank you. I did. I had an awesome. Again, blessed beyond belief.
Hey, CJ, before you go, why don't you plug when and where your show is on?
So, hello everybody. I'm CJ Robles. I have my Manic Movies. It's the Mental Health and Movies podcast. It airs on the Indie Escape on Facebook and YouTube. It's on Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm in Central, so it's 9 p.m. for me. But come on, check us out. I'm still working on it. I'm pushing towards having more guests in January. I already have some guests booked for the end of the month. But check me out. It's just about movies and mental health and how we can find that center where movies and the reality kind of cross and overlap, and how we can learn from them.
Awesome. Well, CJ, always great to have you on the show. You're a part of the whole fabric that this network is. Thank you, my friend, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
And I cannot wait for Full Moon Fever. It's like December 22nd. I can't wait. I'm like,
oh no, it's not coming out December 22nd.
Oh, sorry, January 22nd, right? Something like that. January.
It's coming out when it's done.
It comes out when it comes out.
It comes out when it comes out.
It comes out when it comes out.
I'll be waiting.
Thank you, CJ. Be well, brother.
See you, man.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, let's not keep our captives held captive any longer. We've tortured them. We've tortured them enough. You look like you got something you want to say. Joe, is there any wisdom you want to impart on us before we call it a night?
No, I was actually looking for the outro.
Can't get there fast enough.
No, in all actuality, everybody who's joining us tonight, please don't forget to subscribe, like David Lee Madison's The End of the Night Facebook page. Also, catch the replays on the Indie Escape YouTube channel and Facebook page. Hit the like, subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. It means a lot to us. We greatly appreciate it.
With that being said, we'll see you guys next week with a great show. Remember on the 19th, we're having our big Christmas hour. Our holiday shows are the Stuff of Legend. They're bigger than most Comic-Cons are as far as like the people who stop on. So make sure you join us for our big Christmas show the 19th.
Can I ask you something about that on the
Yes.
19th?
Yeah.
Is it worth starting like a half hour early, or do you know how long we're going on the 19th?
I figure we'll go from like 10 to 11:30.
Okay, cool.
Is that okay with you?
That's fine by me.
Yeah, that's what I figure. I don't want to torture people for too long. With that being said, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank Eliza Jayne for being a wonderful guest. She's awesome. Check out her at elizajayne.com. Thank you, Brian O'Halloran, pop culture icon, for coming on and saying hello to Uncle Scott and wishing Uncle Scott a happy birthday. Filmmakers Libby McDermott and Matt Staley, who have a wonderful film, Darkness Waits. You could watch it on all their Tubi and Amazon and all those platforms. Make sure you check it out. And did I forget anybody, or did I get everybody?
And not unless Scott knows when Clerks 3 is coming out.
Next summer, from what I have heard through the grapevine, probably next summer, June of 2022, I think.
Sweet. With that being said, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.